Hey, I feel led to make a video here real quick. So I was just reflecting on my journey and how there were times where I had to really have like blind faith. Like you didn't even have any tangible evidence. You didn't even, like I didn't even have anything to go on. The only thing that I had to go on was my faith. The only thing I had to go on were the words that I felt like God was putting inside of my mind. That literally, they weren't even my thoughts. Like, these things came out of nowhere and they were in my mind. I'm like, I don't even know. This seems crazy. To a worldly person, it would be crazy. It's why when God tells you to do something crazy that might look crazy, you don't share it with people. Because why? Because they're going to literally cause you to become discouraged with the very thing that God is telling you to do. So, on my journey, there was a time where God told me to get in the car and drive. Now, I knew where He wanted me to go. I knew where He wanted me to go. And there was this butterfly that was on my antenna. And it was like grasping on. I don't even know how, but it just did. It lasted the whole entire way to my very destination. When I finally stopped my car, then it finally fell off. But God was telling me to get in the car and drive. And then when the enemy was trying to cause me to doubt, turn around, this is crazy, turn around, this is crazy, I felt God saying, don't doubt me. Do not doubt me. And I apologized. I said, I apologize. I'm sorry. Fine, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you here. I feel like you're telling me to drive and drive to my destination, which is to where my future spouse lives. God wanted me to drive, not knowing anything. I wasn't hearing anything from Him, I didn't get a text at all. And finally, when I reached my destination, I finally got a text from my spouse then. You see, sometimes God is going to ask you to do things that don't make sense. Sometimes you're going to have something in your mind, and then God is going to want you to act on it, because He wants you to simply just trust Him, that He's going to, He's going to bring goodness out of that. Sometimes you have to move forward into a situation, not fully even knowing the outcome. You just got to take a step forward. You just got to go, So, I don't know. I just felt really led that I needed to share that sometimes you're going to have to make decisions like that. God makes good out of everything. He brings goodness out of everything, And there were times where, yes, I was asked to do things and I had hope deferred. I did. But it was just, it was used to, I don't know. I felt like God was asking me to do certain things to just, so that I would just listen to His voice. Even though there were disappointments, He still put things, in my mind to do. And because He just wanted me to obey what He was asking me to do at that very moment. It's all training. It's all training to just do things no matter what, So, I don't know. You gotta take everything back to the Lord for yourself, and you gotta grow in your relationship with Him for yourself. You can't rely on other people. This is you and your journey with God. This is my journey with God, and it hasn't been perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes, but He's given me so much grace and mercy And he still showed me goodness out of everything, because that's who he is. He rewards your faithfulness. So, if he's asking you to do something that doesn't make sense to other people, you're just going to have to trust him at it. You're just going to have to trust him at it. I don't know. That was truly a miracle from God, that he led me to just get in the car and drive, not even knowing. I didn't even know what was going to happen. I didn't know. I had a lot of doubts from the enemy. He put those doubts in my mind, like, this sounds crazy. Why would I just get in the car and drive, not even knowing if my God-ordained husband would even see me? Like, that sounds crazy to a person who doesn't have faith. That sounds real crazy to someone like that. But someone who has faith and somebody who has seen the move of God, you'll understand, because there's things that God has done that there's no other way that it could have happened but him, So sometimes you're going to have to move forward in blind faith, not even knowing, You don't have to see the outcome. You don't have to know the full outcome. All you got to know is just like, okay, that's what he's putting in my heart that I need to do, that I'm going to do it, That's what faith is. It's just trusting, even though you don't see it. That's what faith is. And when you see him move on your behalf, when you see him answer your prayers in favor, it actually increases your faith. It increases your faith, which is amazing, And because of my whole journey with God and how many times he did answer my prayers in favor, there's no way but God. And that's why I continue to stand on the promises of God. And that's why I'm not wavering back in my faith. I'm not wavering anymore. I'm not doubting anymore. Everything is about timing now. Everything is about trusting and waiting in the silence. That's the hard part sometimes. You don't know when. But you just have to trust, like, okay, this is what you told me, fine. I will wait and I will trust. And I'm going to still pray, but I'm just going to wait and I'm going to trust. So I hope that this has helped someone, but sometimes you just gotta take a step forward, move in faith, not knowing everything. You don't have to know everything. Okay, you don't have to see the whole picture to move forward. You don't have to see it all to move forward. Take a step of faith and just move forward. See you next time.